What is up, everybody? It is video game homies, but with one homie. So, pretty much, I just want to get into this because everyone is getting into the hate of Redfall, and I want to join in. And yup, man, a lot of these Xbox fanboys are coping. Man, I mean, I knew this game was gonna be trash. Everyone knew this game was gonna be trash. Like, let's be honest. Uh, yeah. I mean, for God's sakes, I am just getting utterly disappointed with Microsoft at this point. And I mean, I've been disappointed. I mean, come on. I've been disappointed. I think everyone has. And it's like not even these Xbox fanboys are happy anymore. But you still got those few that are still simping for this retarded game for some reason. I don't know why, but they are. They are. And so, here I am to talk about Redfall. Redfall is an utter disgrace towards the gaming industry. Imagine putting your game out for your most powerful console in the world, and it turns out to be a shitty ass looking game that looks like it's in the late PS2 or early Xbox 360 days. Imagine that shit. Imagine that. You gotta be kidding me, Microsoft. You honestly do. And you fanboys, we'll get to you. We'll get to you, fanboys, later on. But Redfall is an utter disgrace. It has shown you how lazy, how incompetent that like developers have gotten as the generations pass. I mean, for God's sakes, even in the Xbox One and PS4 days, we fucking got Batman Arkham Knight. Now I know that at launch that game didn't exactly run the best. I think it was on PC though. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm throwing that game out there because I want to compare Gotham Knights to it. A game that is exclusively on the Series X and PS5 console-wise. It is not on Xbox One, it's not on PS4, and that shit looks like garbage compared to Arkham Knight. What the fuck? And it runs like garbage too. What the fuck is going on? Is this like a reverse effect? Like, the more powerful pieces of hardware we get, the worse our games get? Like, the fuck is going on, bro? I mean, for God's sakes, man. But anyways, going back to Redfall, like you're seeing that, right? This fucking game literally looks worse than Halo Infinite. It looks worse than Crackdown 3. What the fuck is Microsoft doing, bro? And keep in mind, this is their first $70 game. Their first $70 fucking game. And it's a first-party studio, technically, a first-party studio from Microsoft. This is what they're doing with it. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I mean, bro, if Microsoft doesn't have egg on their face, they definitely have the whole fucking omelet because this shit is terrible. This is awful. How are you going to have this energy towards a game like this, bro? How? Man, let's just get down to it, right? So let's talk about the AI real quick. The AI, because we already know the graphics are bad, but I still want to roast it a little bit. We all know that the AI is fucking awful. Like, or I'm sorry, yeah, we're getting to the AI now. The AI is awful. It is literally not even a fun game to mindlessly play. Because when you mindlessly play something, it's still like you still have to pay attention to it a little bit, right? But not too much to the point where like you have to sweat your ass off or anything. This game does not have that. Literally, like you could stand in front of a fucking enemy and then they will miss point blank. You could go behind a car and they would not be able to fucking brush past the car. Like they'll be like, "Oh shit, where'd he go?" Like, dog. And then just other stuff too. Like there's just a lot of things that are like, how did this release? How did this release? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because it's Game Pass fodder. That's why. It's Game Pass fodder. Like, it's just an excuse for Microsoft to be like, oh, well, I mean, it's on Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, it's technically free. No, bitch, it ain't free. That does not mean that it's free. I still have to pay monthly for that stupid piece of shit, and I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. Because, like, any game that I want to get is, like, normally on sale. I don't fucking buy, especially these god-awful games, at launch. That's one of the reasons why. The terrible AI, you know? And then here we are talking about the glitches. Even something as fucking basic as the menu's fucking up. How are you gonna do that? So pretty much, I've seen video after video after video. I'm not buying that piece of shit, and I'm not even giving it the time of day. I still did not use my free trial for Xbox or that dollar a month trial or whatever the fuck, if it still exists. I don't care. I think Game Pass is shit. But, you know, going back to that, like, dude, hold on, where was I, man? I'm like raging so hard right. No, I'm not raging. I'm just like confused, you know? Like, I'm more confused than Biden fucking going up a like flock of stairs, right? I'm more confused than Biden trying to figure out where to go from a basic location. I am just like the Biden of gaming right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm even looking at or what I'm doing anymore. But I guess we could just brush past it and go to the fucking graphics. The graphics are awful. Terrible. The gameplay looks awful. The looting is awful. Everything about it is terrible. Literally, like, it's your basic ass, like, oh, this has, like, 1% more shooting power. Or some gay shit like that. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? How many games are we gonna have with that type of shit in it? How many games, bruh? You know, back when I wanted to make games, I'm like, man, I'm gonna make this unique RPG mechanic type of thing, blah, blah, blah. But now every fucking single game is doing it. So it's like, if I want to make games right now, I'm definitely not gonna make any games where it has any RPG mechanics, because people are sick and fucking tired of it. And so am I. I'm even sick of looking at it. Don't buy this game. Don't get it on Game Pass. Don't even get Game Pass at all, because you're giving Microsoft a fucking, like, you're going to give them more excuses to make dog shit like this. You really are. Don't buy this shitty-ass game. Don't even download it for free, even if you have Game Pass, please. Please don't. Because dog shit like this, we need to get rid of in the gaming industry. And for God's sakes, we should be having amazing ass experiences like we did in the 360 days or the PS4 days. Some games, obviously, it's just gotten worse from there. But shit, even the PS4 and Xbox One had some fucking bangers. Like, bro. Like, even looking at Final Fantasy 15, I know that people have issues with that, but at least you kind of showed that, you know, the graphics do technically look good, you know, and the game in the world is kind of big, you know. So you could believe that a game like that kind of took full advantage of the Xbox One and PS4, you know what I mean? But for the love of Christ, why are we getting games like these that look worse, that play worse than something like Final Fantasy 15, right? Like, or like Batman Arkham Knight. Why are we getting games that like are just stagnant? No, not stagnating. No, excuse me. They're just getting worse in quality. How are we doing that, bro? How is this possible? I'll tell you how. Because lazy ass developers. That's how. Incompetent ass developers. What the fuck were they thinking when they made Redfall? Is beyond me. I don't know. Right? Like, Redfall is showing the downfall of gaming, bruh. It really is. And obviously, like, I just do this, you know, just for fun. You know, I'm not really mad or anything. I'm not going around and being like, fuck you, family. This game, this Xbox game fucking sucks. No, I expected it to suck. You know, even if I did take it seriously, I expected it to suck. You know? And, oh, you know what? Let's get down to the fanboys now. Don't you idiots have fucking egg on your face. Oh, I'm getting to you motherfuckers now. How many dumbasses in my comment sections were like, the game isn't out yet, bro? I remember motherfuckers telling me that when the Avengers game came out. You know that? I remember that. I remember that exact fucking thing. Like, oh, dude, you haven't tried the game, though. Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. We don't need to try out games to know how bad they are anymore. Especially if developers are just gonna not optimize them for shit anymore. Yeah, we can definitely see. You don't, and also like every fucking game like kind of plays the same as another game that you most likely played recently. You know what I mean? Like there's no variety anymore. Everything plays the fucking same. So don't tell me that, oh, you need to try it out to say it's good. No, I don't, bitch. No, I don't. I could already tell, like, oh, the fucking Redfall is like a worse version of Borderlands or something. I could already tell that. A game that came out on the fucking Xbox 360 and PS3, mind you. Oh my god. This is just a disgrace. And you fanboys, oh, I'm not done with you yet. You motherfuckers, you went into this being like, oh, you haven't played the game, bro, so how about you shut up? Well, the game is out now, bitches. And it got a 4 out of 10 on GameSpot. It got I think now it's on like, what, 50 something on Metacritic? Now, I know that those are not exactly gospel or anything like that, but that should tell you actually more so how bad the game is. Because they usually kiss the ass, and we all know this. They usually lick the fucking boot of the bigger companies when it comes to game releases. When it comes to game releases. Like, you know that shit. I know that shit. We all know that. Let's be honest. Right? So, if anything, that should tell you how really bad the game is when you have GameSpot and IGN and Metacritic giving it shit fucking reviews. Both critics and audiences. I'm sick and tired of these dumbass Xbox fanboys. You guys need to grow the fuck up. Seriously. This shit is disgusting. It's disgraceful. They literally have the gaming equivalent of Stockholm Syndrome, bruh. I don't know what else to say. Like, you guys are pathetic. I was voting for Microsoft in the beginning of this ninth generation. I was voting for them to beat Sony or compete with them so that we could get just better products and better consoles overall. Because that's what happened with the PS3 days. I don't know if you guys fucking if you guys remember, but the PS3 was dog shit when it came out because Sony got too cocky with the PS2. Until Xbox came along and humbled their asses, right? And now the PS3 has had like fucking amazing ass games coming out. It cut the price and the online was still free. Just to compete with Microsoft. Imagine if Xbox did that, right? If they're like, oh, we're getting our ass kicked. Okay, we'll make our games, since they're kind of shit anyways, we'll make them like $30 at launch. Or they're not as popular as the Sony ones. So we'll make them like $40 back in the PS2, like kind of like back in the PS2 days. We're going to make the online free. We're going to cut the price of the Series X just to compete with them. Imagine that shit. You know they won't do that though. I know they won't do that. Because Microsoft is shit. They suck. Get rid of the Xbox. Get rid of all that shit if you're not trying to fucking improve, okay? Stop wasting our time. God. I have a PS5. I have a PC. I have a Switch. I'm just fine gaming on those, bruh. The Series X is a fucking piece of shit. And honestly, even if you're an Xbox fan, get the one. Get the Xbox One. Because you can play Game Pass shit on that. So there's no reason at all to get a Series X. Like, or S, let alone an X, right? What a pile of shit. Anyways, this is your boy, Video Game Homies, signing out. Have a good one.